be blocking the camera there.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for coming today. We really appreciate it. My name is Mark Benedict. I drive the interpreters crazy because I speak so quickly, which is really amazing because I'm a native Texan. Texans are not supposed to, by birth, speak as fast. So with apologies to our interpreting services, I have to do my best to slow it down just a bit. But I want to thank you all for coming today. OPEDA and Cardi are very excited about this collaboration with the first, we hope, of many. Today is my 64th birthday. I consider this to be my surprise. I would like to thank all of you very much for coming by surprise, you and me, to my party. And if you really want to make my day, the gift that you can give me is you can consider seriously becoming a member of OPEDA. We have a glass carafe. Please put your business card in. We're going to do a drawing today before this event ends. The card drawn will get a 1-year complimentary membership to OPEDA. And we do all kinds of things all year long supporting both retired and active duty employees nationwide. Issues like workplace environment, workplace planning, work life, civil rights of employees, pay, COLA, benefits, and we have unparalleled access to the secretary and the senior leadership. And so it's really a value to you. If you're not satisfied, I will give you your money back first. So please consider making my day, as you already have by being here, but making my day a little bit more by joining the special birthday present to me. I may not live much longer, you never know. It could be your only chance. But we believe today is going to be a wonderful program. It's a collaborative effort. We thank Ginger and the Target Center staff and Paul especially. I've worked with these folks for many, many years. They're a great, wonderful resource for all employees. Dana Manning is here. I have to leave and give my apologies, but I've always found it's best to leave early rather than overstay your welcome. In my case, you never know when that minute's going to fit. So I would encourage you all to be aware that this is the first day of National Disability Employment Awareness Month. Allison Levy is here today. You'll be hearing from her in just a moment. But we do on our Disability Employment Program team in the USDA. We're always very busy on that for all employees because, as I like to say to every audience I ever address, we are all literally just a heartbeat away from knowing what life with a disability. So today and every day, we have to be aware of and sensitive to the needs and differences of people with special needs. The national theme this year of National Disability Awareness Month is disability is only part of who life. A person is not defined by their disability. Disability is just like a mustache or a hair color. It's not who they are as a person. It's not the values they bring. It's something which is part of who they are, but it is not who they are. So thank you again so much for coming to my birthday party. Thank you so much for coming to our event today. Please consider becoming a member of the family. We consider that we all employees, all time, good values, and I'm very, very much satisfied. I'll give you that. So we're going now to whom? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mark.
And please, if you need anything at this point, I have to go. Please just work with Dana. Dana's going to take care of the drawing for me later on. And we'll make sure that we have a brand new member one way or another. Congratulations to the winner, whoever you are. If you want to get a picture of you for the presentation. So thank you so much. Enjoy the presentation. Thank you. Paul, thank you. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Okay. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so again, we just want to thank Mark Benedict for coming and sharing a little bit more information with us where OPEDA is concerned. I am Ginger Dorsey. I am the acting director of the Target Center, and I want to welcome everyone here again today. And we are very excited about the collaboration that we have done with OPEDA. And we look forward to the many different activities that we have coming up, and the fact that we will have a greater opportunity to promote abilities within USDA and make people as aware as we possibly can about what is for our employees. I just want to remind you that here with the Target Center, of course, many of you are already aware, but we offer many different services to our employees with disabilities, and that goes from anything from ergonomics to assistive technology and interpreting services, as well as education and training. And so we're very excited again to be able to share some of this information with you. We're excited to have Allison here with us, who is going to give us more information regarding resources that are available to us here within USDA, from a professional development standpoint. So there's a lot that we have to offer, and we hope that all of you will get involved and that you will see us as a resource overall to help you in your careers here at USDA. I'll turn it over to Allison, and after Allison, we'll have you on the board as well. I just wanted to see who's advancing this moment. Okay, that's fine. So thank you for the opportunity to present with you today. I'm looking forward to sharing some great resources with you and also having some discussion and hearing about what your interests are and what your needs are and your own professional development. So with that, let's get started with your slide. Just wanted to tell you a little bit about our program, the Disability Employment Program. These are all the areas that kind of fall under the purview of the Disability Employment Program. I actually work in the Office of Human Resources Management at the departmental level and have points of contact in every agency across USDA to help support the recruitment, hiring, advancement, and retention of people with disabilities throughout the country. So I'm just kind of a team lead in that respect, but you all have different points of contact in your agencies to support you as well. So the information I'm providing you today is from a departmental standpoint. You may have additional support within your agencies. This is just a picture of different types of programs that the department and agencies in collaboration have sponsored. We have National Disability Employment Awareness Month observances for those of you who attended. We hosted this year's earlier in September due to our speakers' availability. But we also help support professional development throughout the year, collaborate with a lot of the resources in the department. Something I really want to emphasize, not only today but throughout every day at USDA, is we're doing more than just hiring new people with disabilities. We really want to make sure that we're developing careers and retaining our talent, rather than just checking a box under affirmative action and increasing our hiring of people with disabilities. So if you think about yourselves and your life cycle of being a USDA employee, obviously we start with recruitment, you get into your employment, into your jobs. We want to make sure your work environment is inclusive and accessible to reasonable accommodations and accessible programs. You also want to make sure you're able to advance and don't stay stagnant in your career. It's really important that you challenge yourself, you ask for additional responsibilities when you're ready, you have professional development and training opportunities. And with all of those features, hopefully we're going to retain you even longer. If by chance you or someone you know is injured on the job, we want to make sure you can return to work very quickly with the various supports that are available as well. But we see this as very cyclical. You know, without one of these steps in your whole employment life cycle, you may not stay with USDA. We really want to retain all of the time. Next slide, please. So I want to talk for a second about toolboxes. We have a picture here of a little house, some keys, a car. As you go through your everyday life outside of work, I'm sure we all have places where we live. We have toolboxes at home to help us maintain our homes. With our cars, there are certain maintenance things we have to do regularly. Well, it's the same thing with our careers. And so I want to talk a little bit about some of the tools and resources we have available at USDA so that you can develop your own toolbox of resources to support your professional development and advancement at USDA. So do you have your toolbox? How many of you right now have an IDP or individual development plan? IDP? Okay, a few, not everyone. An IDP can kind of be your toolbox for your career advancement. Let's go to the next slide. Now, part of Office of Human Resources Management has a virtual university division, which focuses on professional development and training and education. They set the standards for the department, And they provide some resources for everyone at the agency level to use and modify for their own needs. These programs, I'm just highlighting a few of the resources they have available. They have a mentoring program, a detail program, coaching, guidance on developing your IDP or individualized development program, and then they have a variety of other professional development programs to help develop leaders and other employees. Next slide, please. So under mentoring and professional development, we also engage in a lot of interagency work. These are a couple of pictures from a OPM-sponsored mentoring event that we posted a couple times in the Witten patio. Although this is across federal service, we've also done a lot of outreach to make sure that people with disabilities across federal service are invited and have accessible access to the Flash mentoring program. This was probably about a year and a half ago. Recognize the pictures that I sent out email blast to all the folks I know in the disability community here to encourage people to be participants. In this situation, they had SES leadership from across federal service come to the event, basically had one mentor per table and address different topics, and then the participants rotated throughout. And it was about a 2-hour period of time. And so people were able to ask a lot of questions of people from different backgrounds, different leaders, from different agencies, and gain an opportunity to network a little bit. And we anticipate doing this more during this new fiscal year. Next slide, please. So in terms of the USDA mentoring program, what are the benefits? Basically, you have a mentee or a protege, and then you have a mentor. And the mentor needs to be, or is always one grade level ahead of the person that they are mentoring. It's a voluntary program. It's really a learning opportunity to kind of meet with someone who is interested in supporting you and helping you achieve your goals. It helps you translate skills that you may have gained in a training opportunity to real workplace environments with a little bit of mentoring. And it gives you different perspectives. If you're matched with someone who is from a different line of work than what you normally do, it can offer you a lot of exposure to different opportunities. It's really a positive relationship. It doesn't take any money. It just takes a little bit of time on behalf of both the mentor and the protege. Next slide, please. To participate in the mentoring program, you just need to visit the portal. This is a great online resource where you can actually post your interest in becoming a protege, or you could also volunteer to be a mentor for other people throughout USDA. So I think it's a great way to give and take a little bit if you can participate in both roles, or if you want to start off as a protege and perhaps as you advance, then you can mentor other people later on. But I encourage you to visit the portal and sign up and get engaged with other folks. Next slide, please. Another opportunity is a detail. It can be perceived as like a temporary assignment. Usually it's for about 60 days in which you can apply for an opportunity either at a higher grade level or a comparable grade level in another area, another program that interests you. That will help it helps give you some work experience. It helps expose you to a whole different group of people. And it might also help build your resume if you're getting experience at a higher grade level. You can put that on your resume, and it will help you become more qualified and marketable for other opportunities. And again, this is free as well. And this portal offers you the opportunity to upload your resume and your profile. It also is a place where you can find other opportunities for which you can apply. So there are different tabs across the top here, and you'll see opportunities. And if you click on that link, you'll see a whole list of current opportunities for details you can apply to. Okay, next slide, please. Coaching is another option. Some people are not aware of coaching versus mentoring. Coaching is
a little more personal, I think, even than mentoring. It's not just about the job. It can be a little bit more about life as well. When you're assigned a coach and participate in this program, you might share personal goals as well as professional goals. And your assigned job coach will meet with you regularly. It can be done virtually. I had a job coach this last year, and she was located up in Delaware. So I just had a regular phone conversation with her once a month. I had identified from the early stages some goals I wanted to achieve. And then she had some other tools and resources that she could pull from and email me or talk about on the phone to help me achieve my own goals. So I think it's a great opportunity. Marisol Rodriguez is the point of contact for that program. You see your email. So I encourage you to look into that as well. Just explore your options. And next slide, please. Don't forget networking. We have our own disability networks, of course. But if you look at organizations like OPEDA and other employee resource groups, those are opportunities to meet with other folks and learn what they're doing and express your interest in changing opportunities or getting detailed assignments or just getting exposed to other opportunities. It really is helpful to stay connected with a lot of other folks. So I encourage you to network regularly. Next slide, please. Actually, it's an interesting statistic that 70% of all jobs are found through networking. Gone are the days when you look in classified ads. Of course, we know everything's going online now. But it's really a lot about who you know and the relationships you develop outside of just the job application process. The job application process is formal, but especially if you're eligible for Schedule A or non-competitive hiring as a person with a disability, networking is a great opportunity. Networking can lead to a detail opportunity, a temporary assignment. Curtis is shaking his head.
Absolutely.
Right? It's really a great way to keep in touch. Just going out to lunch with folks, asking for an information interview. I mean, these are all just kind of strategies that give you some face time with some key people who can help you with your career. Okay, move forward to the next slide. And last, I want to just reference the IDP, or Individual Development Plan. We do have the option to go into to AgLearn and develop your own IDP. One of the benefits of going into AgLearn is that you can develop an electronic version of your plan that will link to AgLearn courses. And if you've been in AgLearn and developed a profile before, you know that it can set up reminders and timelines for actually completing those courses. And as part of your annual performance plan, your IDP can be a way of making sure that you have a plan for moving forward with your career, enriching your skills, and getting credit for that and support from your direct hiring, from your direct manager or supervisor. So if you haven't any experience with an IDP yet and you want more support, you can contact folks over at University. I'd be happy to meet with you as well. I'd be happy to share what I have and give you other ideas too. Let's move forward, please. Again, it's just a written plan. It's helpful for supervisors too because they will support you in your efforts. And if they have budget for training and development, this gives them an idea as to what members of their staff are interested in doing and what budget allocations should be made to support those efforts. Okay, next slide, please. So resources. Just want to reemphasize 2 key contacts at Virtual University, as well as myself. Roderick Mans, or Rod Mans, is the point of contact for their professional development programs. They have other programs as well for wanting to be a leader, becoming a team lead and support and giving you the right skill set for that program. And as well as IDP and coaching through Marisol Rodriguez. These folks are great supports. They have a lot of resources and a lot of skills to share with you. So I really encourage you to follow up. Next slide, please. So I'm challenging you, this being the first day of the new fiscal year, what are you going to do now? You have some more resources perhaps you weren't aware of before, but now is the right time to really think about what you need to advance your career or enrich what you're doing now by getting engaged with some of these great resources um, and connecting with other people throughout USDA and other federal agencies. If you have any questions, I just want to check the time because I know we probably have about 5 minutes for any questions or ideas you might want to share with the group. Well, they're asking if we're going to have a printout of it or being distributed to you.
It's actually on our website already. You can download it. So we can read that paper. But if necessary, we could print it as well.
I can also make it available on the OPEDA website.
Okay, great. And I'd be happy to email it out as well.
Okay.
I do have a question. You said that 70% of jobs, I guess, found through networking. So, are there plans to maybe have more networking events?
That's a great question. I think we can do both, to be honest with you. I think everybody needs to take a personal responsibility for their own career and reaching out and networking with folks they come into contact with every day. But at the same time, we want to make sure that our current programs are accessible and inclusive of everyone, including people with disabilities. And then we can also have separate stand-up events that are specifically for people with disabilities. I'm very open to that. If anybody has an interest, please come see me, and I'll work with you and collaborate with all of our other groups to make it happen. I think there's a lot of interest. Great question. Has anybody here participated in a detail assignment so far? Lauren? You're in a detail currently, or?
No, that's not helpful.
Wow. Okay, so living proof. That's great. I didn't plan for a paper. Perfect. Well, I think we are coming up to about my stopping point, but my door is always open. I'm always checking for my emails and calls, so please stay in touch and let me know how we can work more together to support your interest in moving up in USDA. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Allison. Thank you so much for that. We also have with us Mr. Curtis Wilburn, who is the Director of the Office of Operations, and I think that he would like to benefit from saying he could benefit rather from him saying a few words to us as well this afternoon. So I'm going to give him the opportunity to speak, and then I'll follow up behind him.
Well, thank you. So, first of all, let me thank all of you for being. One of the things that I'm most impressed about in this event is the partnership like this to make it happen. This is rather ironic to me because just this morning I stood in this very room talking to Target Center employees about the need for us to partner with other organizations within these to ensure that the resources that we all manage are more effectively delivered to the employees that need those resources. So I'm very pleased to see that we have certainly Allison leading the way to it. We have OPEDA, fantastic collaboration. I am intrigued, almost at a loss for what I sense was the perhaps challenge that some people are having with developing IDP. I just want to add just a couple of points about that. So, what was it? The director of OPEDA's first name? Mark. So Mark was sharing with us that he was celebrating a birthday. I won't call it a number. All right. It was a very important birthday, by the way. So it's interesting because coming up in another couple of months, I'll be logged in my 38th year in federal service. And one of the things I can tell you, okay, from being in the government for almost 40 years, planning your career is essential.
Some of you, I don't know how long you've been here, but just by looking at you, I can sense that you've got a lot more years left in your career. You don't want to spend those years without an effective career plan. Everything that Allison talked about with regard to the individual development plan, as well as how that begins to inform the development of a career plan. I think it's very essential if in your career you get from the employer those things that you need for. I'd also like to talk just a moment about some of the feedback mechanisms that I'm just going to leave you with because I haven't had a chance to talk to Jennifer about this. But certainly, of the programs that we offer here through the Office of Operations Target Center, what we like to do is to make sure that we have effective feedback mechanisms with our customers, with all of you and your colleagues, to make sure that we have a clear understanding about those services that we are delivering, how well they're meeting your needs, and or if there are additional requirements that you simply cannot find in any other office here at the Department of Agriculture. Perhaps we can begin to develop a line of business or a line of support for those services. So please think about that. If you have some things that you would like to share with us, okay, I'm sure the manager and her team are looking forward to receiving that. But certainly something that I am very much interested in, particularly this fiscal year. It's going to be one of the strategic initiatives we focus on from the Target Center this year. And we'd love to have the feedback about how useful our current programs are, and then certainly there's even more into the system. And with that being said, I don't know how much more you have planned for the program, but I think they're off to a good start, and I hope you guys enjoy it. All right. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I want to thank everyone who has spoken thus far, from Mark Benedict to Allison Beebe to Curtis Wilborn as well. And what I really hope that you take away from today's program is the fact that there are many different resources available to many, again, as Allison mentioned, from a professional standpoint, but also just in collaborating and networking with your peers and colleagues and friends that you have as well, who can also help you throughout your career. That being said, the Target Center today, it starts off a kickoff for us, okay? And this is our opportunity to share with other individuals within USDA what are some of the different abilities that exist, okay, within amongst our workforce. And more or less, as already has been mentioned, this month, of course, is National Disability Awareness Month. It's also National Ergonomics Month. Okay, so as we kind of combine some of the things, we're going to start a 6-month campaign, which again is starting today, that focuses on, each month has a different focus on various abilities within USDA. And I shouldn't say just within USDA, but just in general. And this month we're focusing on musculoskeletal disorders. Okay, and so we have a few things that are coming up, and you'll actually note some of these things as we go along with each month. First of all, we will provide monthly webinars. There will also be in-classroom sessions, training sessions that we'll be doing, and at the same time, we'll have a technology showcase as well. So we'll have at least 3 different things, and probably more so 4 different things that are going on each month. Again, this month we're focusing on musculoskeletal disorders, but next month we're going to be focusing on hidden disabilities, okay, particularly as we think about November being a time when we look at and celebrate Veterans Day, okay? And then in December, we're going to be talking about more so accessible communications, particularly where deaf and hard of hearing disabilities are concerned, okay? And then we're going to move forward in January to talk about low vision and blindness, all right? And then we're also going to be looking at heart disease and chronic illnesses in February, and that will be followed up by looking at immune response disorders as well. So we have a whole lot that's planned, and we're happy that OPEDA is going to be joining us and helping us with some of these different services that we're going to be on, focuses rather that we'll have throughout the next 6 months. And I say 6 months, but don't be surprised if we keep going forward, because we likely will. Okay, and so again, we're teaming up with several groups here, OPEDA, USDA, DHH, as well as Allison Levy, Section 508, and other groups as well. So We have a lot planned for you. Today is just the start, okay? And as you can see, we're excited. It doesn't show, I think it's after lunchtime, we probably need to get standing up and so forth, but we're excited and we hope that you are, and we hope that we will also see you throughout the upcoming months at some of the different programs that we will be having as well. So are there any questions at all that we have not answered thus far? Okay. I really hope that you will take advantage of the resources that have been presented to you. There are many, and I'm sure that there are at least one or two that will be a benefit, and not all, that will be a benefit to you. That being said, I would invite you, if you have time, to stick around this afternoon and for the remainder of the program, and take a look at some of the different technology that we have here if you're not already familiar with it. We have our program managers on hand, Todd Bedeker, who is our accessibility program manager, to Stephanie Bradley, who's our ergonomics program manager. We also have Paul Lloyd, who is our education and training program manager, and Mitch Shabandi, who is with Interpreting Services as well, who can show you some of the things that we have for our deaf and hard of hearing employees. So there are a variety of things that we would love to show you, at least familiarize yourself with if you haven't already, and we would be glad to share that information with you. We did mention, Curtis mentioned a feedback that we would like to collect, feedback from you. And so we have the opportunity, before you depart today, we have the opportunity for you to give us immediate feedback if you so desire. There's a quick questionnaire, something that we're trying to use to help us to gather more information in terms of what your interests are, how can we best serve you as a whole, what do we need to do to make life a little bit easier, perhaps in your personal life. But if you have a few moments and you do intend to stick around, we would love it if you would take just a couple of seconds to complete the questionnaire for us. Otherwise, you can certainly do so when you get back to your desk as well. But we want to thank you so much for being here this afternoon. And if you have any questions whatsoever, again, we're here all the time for you. Okay? Thank you guys very much.